Some studies have suggested that Parkinson's disease is caused when the brain cells responsible for producing dopamine stop working or die completely. It typically leads to motor symptoms that slow your body down and make everyday activities more challenging. According to the NHS, the three main symptoms of Parkinson's disease are involuntary shaking of particular parts of the body, tremor, slow movement, stiff and inflexible muscles. A person with Parkinson's disease can also experience a wide range of other physical and psychological symptoms. These include depression and anxiety balance problems. This may increase the chances of a full loss of sense of smell, anosmia, problems sleeping, insomnia, memory problems. The cause of the disease is unknown, says Dr. Lyndon Wabuobi, assistant professor of clinical neurology at Weill Cornell Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorders Institute. She said, "We don't have one cause, but based on what we have studied and learned, we know Parkinson's disease happens due to an interaction between the aging brain, your genetics, and your environment. Age. While stage does not directly cause Parkinson's disease, being an older person is the greatest risk factor for the neurological disorder," said Dr. Nwabuobi. One explanation is that brain cells are more prone to injury over time, just like the rest of the body. Another is that genes can alter over time, triggering changes in cellular activity that ultimately lead to Parkinson's. Usually, people with Parkinson's are diagnosed in their 60s and the likelihood increases with age. However, there is always the possibility that someone develops early-onset Parkinson's, or Parkinson's that occurs before the age of 50. In those cases, which represent around 4% of the diagnosed population, the disease is more likely to be linked to genetics. Where you live in England may determine your risk of dying from COVID. New study vitamin B12 deficiency, 3 symptoms that can lead to nerve damage, what to look for. Expert. Cutting down on calories can boost longevity, but how much should you cut back? Study genetics. According to the Parkinson's Foundation, genetics causes Parkinson's in about 10% to 15% of cases. But genetic research is still in its infancy, so experts do not have a full picture of the role genes play just yet. Many gene mutations have been found, but we know that we're just touching the surface, Dr. Nwabuobi said. Though, this does not mean that someone whose parent has Parkinson's is definitely going to develop the disease, said Dr. Nwabuobi. Even when someone has a gene mutation associated with Parkinson's, the likelihood of developing the disease is low. However, the presence of a gene mutation could play a considerable role in the cause of Parkinson's, and there is an enormous push to advance research on genetics in order to better understand the disease, improve treatment and, hopefully, discover a cure. What we don't know is much more than what we do know, Dr. Nwabuobi said. I encourage everyone to get genetic testing, especially patients who have a family history. The more people we test, the more we discover. Environment and lifestyle. The environment in which you live your life can also potentially cause Parkinson's, or increase your risk for it. Although experts have not found the exact link between environmental factors such as where you live and work and the cause of Parkinson's disease, evidence suggests they may play a role in the development of the disease. There are certain toxins that have been shown to increase risk of Parkinson's, Dr. Nwabuobi said, for example, Agent Orange, which many veterans were exposed to in Vietnam. Researchers have also been exploring whether traumatic brain injuries or concussions can cause Parkinson's disease. Research shows that having just a single concussion can increase the risk of Parkinson's disease by 57%. Dr. Nwabuobi said, if you are a football player or a boxer and you've had multiple concussions, that increases your risk. Medications and Parkinson's symptoms. Taking certain medications, specifically ones that block the action of dopamine, could cause Parkinson's disease symptoms. This is a condition called drug-induced Parkinsonism, and whilst it is not Parkinson's disease itself, it can look and feel a lot like it. These are some of the drugs that can cause Parkinson's disease symptoms: antipsychotics, anti-nausea medications, drugs that treat hyperkinetic movement disorders. Even though these medications could cause symptoms similar to Parkinson's, they do not cause the disease itself. Most of the time, the symptoms go away within hours or days once you stop taking that drug, per the Parkinson's Disease Society. Research on what causes Parkinson's disease continues to grow. As the NHS advises, if you experience symptoms of Parkinson's, such as a tremor, slowed movement, balance problems, or changes in your speech or writing, contact your GP straight away.